Howdy, folks. I'm Alexander, the archaeologist Aardvark.
I'm Amber.
And here's some more bones. No, it's Reddit. We're digging up Reddit today.
It's a little early for me to bust out the Halloween decorations, but okay.
Alright, folks. Our first letter is titled, Am I the Jerk for Canceling on Babysitting My Friend's Daughter in the Summer? Emily and I have been friends since kindergarten. Our friendship never introduced much drama. I agreed to babysit her daughter during the summer because Emily wanted to go abroad for 3 months to take part in some research project that's important to her career. I wouldn't babysit all of the time, but I would help out in the moments when her husband has longer shifts. Sometimes he's gone for 2 or 3 days. They have no one else to help them out, and her daughter is also my goddaughter. So, another story is that when we were in high school, I had the biggest crush on Liam. The problem was that I was a bit more shy at the time than Emily, and she was very outgoing. She wanted to help me by befriending him and ended up dating him for a long time. I was sour about it, but I never spoke about it. Liam and I talked a bit, and I just always felt such a strong connection. We liked similar things, we had the same home situation, had the same plans and hopes. Emily was always extremely jealous of Liam, so I wasn't really allowed to talk to him, although she was taking him to every one of our parties. Then they broke up. Life moved on, but I honestly never felt such a connection with any other person than I did with Liam. So, a few days ago, I met Liam at a party, and we got drunk and decided on being honest. I told him that I had the biggest feelings towards him back in the day, and he said that he had a crush on me as well, but Emily told him that I'm gay and not to even try with me. She also said not to talk to me about it because it was a secret and I wouldn't want him to know. She basically lied to make sure that I wouldn't date him. I was so upset and I confronted her the next day. She told me that she did it because she felt that I was fixated on him and we just wouldn't be good together. I love how she made this unilateral decision. You two wouldn't be good with each other, so I'm just gonna stop this from happening. I felt betrayed, manipulated, and lied to. I told her it was absolutely wrong of her to lie to him like that I was gay, and then date him. But she said that we were teenagers at the time, so I can't hold it against her. I told her that I have to think about it and keep some distance, and she told me not to be ridiculous because of some guy. And she said that it's so wrong of me to talk about feelings with her ex. So, in the heat of the moment, I told her that I'm not going to help her out this summer and I don't want to see her. Emily says I can't be serious as her career is on the line. She can't say no now. She said that I can't mix something so superficial with the real life job. I said that I don't care, and I basically left her at that. She made a long Facebook post blaming me online for being a bad person. Her husband also contacted me to plead with me, saying that I can be mad at Emily, but I shouldn't take it out on their daughter. I don't know what to think. Am I the jerk for canceling on babysitting with their daughter? All right, folks. What do you think of this one? Jerk, not the jerk, perfectly innocent, poor Emily.
Definitely not the jerk here. And it doesn't sound like Emily is a very good friend. She wanted Liam to herself, so she sabotaged you. And that's not what a friend does. It's one thing if you both have crushes and then you can just talk it out as humans and have complicated feelings. But she made sure to make it so that you would never have a shot with him.
Yeah. So my problem is this. We're seeing one instance.
Mm-hmm.
What other instances are there? What other things has Emily said and lied to you and fudged the truth on just to kind of keep you safe or keep you under her control is really what it boils down to.
Yeah, well, and there's a good possibility that there have been other things and that this friendship is not as nice as it seemed, but even if it was just this one thing, that would be reason enough.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think that this is certainly something big to think about, because if you had a crush on somebody and you never got to date somebody because your friend lied about something so big, I think that that's going to leave a lot of unresolved feelings. It's going to make you wonder, well, what could have been then? Because you two would have dated each other in all likelihood if Emily hadn't, stepped in here and stolen him from you, so to speak, because it sounds like you would have been his first pick in this case.
Well, and it sounds like Emily doesn't even grasp the gravity of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just like, oh, well, you shouldn't be talking to my exes. And,
Yeah.
oh, we were teenagers. Like, just because you're a teenager does not give you the excuse to manipulate other people.
Yeah.
And, she manipulated both OP and Liam in this situation.
Yeah. Honestly, if she was willing to lie about something so big and so brazenly, that what other things has she lied about? It's not like she's going to have any problem lying about smaller things. And maybe this was just a one-time thing, but I'm really skeptical that this was just a one-time thing. I'm just really curious about how many things has she lied to OP about here. So yeah, OP, I don't think that you're a jerk in this situation.
Yeah, well, and the whole thing about like the husband being like, well, you can be mad at Emily, but don't take it out on our daughter. OP's not taking anything out on the daughter. Emily made a bad choice, a very mean, awful choice, and now she's reaping the consequences of her actions. If that means she can't get a promotion at work, then so be it. She's the one who planned badly. She's the one who doesn't have money for extra child support and is like expecting on OP to do it from the kindness of her heart. It doesn't sound like OP's like getting paid for this gig or anything.
Yeah.
You should maybe, if you wanted people to do things for you, don't be horrible to them. Don't sabotage them.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. And also, Emily, I know she says that it's too late to back out now, but how much of that is true?
I mean, I'm sure people have childcare arrangements fall through at times, and like, again, she's probably not it's going to look bad for her, sure, but it's not necessarily going to be career ending. It just might not help her advance as fast.
Yeah. So, OP, I don't blame you. Don't blame you in the least. So anyhow, take care and good luck. And C Rise 1907 says, not the jerk, sounds like Emily has manipulating you and using you for her own gain for a long time. Stop being used. If Emily and her husband can't figure out how to balance childcare with her career, they shouldn't have had a child, or she shouldn't have applied for a job abroad. They made a choice to have a child, so consequently, they need to make sacrifices to take care of her. Similarly, Emily made a choice to lie about your sexual orientation for her own selfish fun. So she now needs to accept the consequences of doing that. I think that's a pretty good one. All right, folks, our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Asking My Friend When She's Going to Get a Real Job? My friend Ruby is a 31-year-old female, and I, a 32-year-old female, have known each other since we were 18. Right after her master's, Ruby decided that she didn't want to work in her field and decided to start a small business selling candles and soaps. She claims that she's been able to make a living doing that, but I've never seen her business accounts, so I can't confirm or deny. She lives alone, so unless her parents are helping her, her parents are dirt poor though, she must at least make minimum wage. I never questioned her life choices, although I found them odd. What's the point of getting degrees but not using them for anything is beyond me. I met Ruby for coffee on Bank Holiday Monday, and we were chatting. I complained about work, that I was overlooked for a promotion again. She sympathized. But when I asked her what's new about her work, she perked up. Honestly, I kind of expected her just to keep her success on the down low, considering that I was down regarding my job, but she did not hold back. Wow, it's almost like if you ask a person about their personal life, that they're going to respond with their personal life. Apparently, she just finished editing her book. I had no idea that she was writing one, and she sent it to an editor for edits before querying. And she's about to launch her true crime YouTube channel because she's been filming videos for the past few months, so she has a few months pre-recorded. To say that my jaw dropped would be an understatement. This woman in her 30s who's still playing around like a child, no real responsibilities, jumping from one thing to another without a care in the world. I care about her so much, so I thought someone had to say it. I asked her when she was planning on getting a real job. What do you mean? She asked. I explained to her that I thought that it was the right time to get a real job, and she can play all her life, and it'll come back to bite her when she's older, and she'll need some professional experience when her little ventures fail. She got really offended and told me that she never expected me to say this and thought that I was supportive, but I was like the other people who belittled her accomplishments. I said that I was nothing like them and that I wasn't belittling them, but recording a few videos and making a few candles wasn't that big of an accomplishment. That with her intelligence, she was selling herself short when she could be really accomplished if she only worked in her profession. She told me to go away and left the lunch. I thought that she would call to apologize, but no luck. My husband told me that I was the jerk because she's my friend, and even if I don't like it, I should have played along, but I don't know if I agree with him. Real friends tell the truth, and I just couldn't coddle her. She needed someone to show her that she was wasting her time. She still hasn't called, and I'm starting to worry. Perhaps they're right, and I should have just kept my mouth shut for the sake of our friendship. Am I the jerk for asking her? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Yes, you're the jerk, and you're clearly very jealous. Like, you did the corporate thing, and you are miserable, and she did her own free-spirited thing and is thriving. And so, instead of celebrating her successes, you have to try and drag her down like you.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate. Like, I understand being frustrating with your track in life, and it's really unfortunate, but that doesn't mean you should like belittle someone else's successes just because they're not the same as, the traditional accomplishments.
In life, we all define our own version of success. If this is her version of success, then she's successful. She doesn't need you to put a mark on what she considers success. And the fact of the matter is that I agree with Amber. You sound very jealous. And more is that you're like, oh, I didn't belittle her like all the other people, and then proceeded to tell everyone about how you belittled her. Mm-hmm. You need to put away the toys, little girl, and grow up and become a real functioning person in society is really how it comes across to me.
When what she's doing is also of value, like people love podcasts and true crime, and like I hopefully she will potentially have a very big audience for that, and people love stories, and so writing books, it also produces value for the world. So just because it's not like the corporate value added in like pure profit necessarily, like that doesn't mean it's not of value to the world. And I also don't like the idea that, oh, well, if you don't use your master's directly or your advanced degree directly, you're somehow like failing yourself. Because like I have a PhD in physics and I write horror novels all day, and like I think there's something to be said for learning for the sake of learning, and growing and developing as a person. And I don't think you have to like profit off of it. That's I think my big problem here is the idea that you should only use knowledge for profit and personal advancement in the corporate ladder, and like any other knowledge is not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's certainly a strain of thought that makes it so that you can only ever do something if it's going to yield profit. And I think that's a really unfortunate way of looking at things. And yeah, I just don't think it's productive. So anyhow, take care and good luck, OP. And Kingdom Key 10 says, tell us you're jealous without saying that you're jealous. Girl, but for real, she's thriving and doing what she wants instead of forcing herself into a position/field that she doesn't want. If she's making enough to live alone in the current market, she's doing a lot better than most people. And it doesn't matter what you think of her job. It's working for her. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some tea right here. And Amber, she's allegedly got a joke.
What do you call the father of all sodas?
Well, I call the father of all sodas Grand Pop.
It just says pop.
Oh, Pop. And I have Earl Grey. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Happy, what is this, Wednesday? Happy Hump Day. Amber, we need some kind of moral guidance. And please, please have it in the form of a nursery rhyme.
When the green-eyed monster comes knocking at your door, turn the other way and say, "I'll deal with you no more." Your friend's successes are not your losses. You're smart and clever too. And the great thing about this world is there's room enough for both of you.
Wow, that's impressive. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.